Hello, welcome to TTV News with some latest event in Tay Ninh province. And now we come into details. Continuing the second section's agenda, the 15th National Assembly met online in the morning of October 28 to examine the draft law on emulations and combinations amended.
According to the delegates, the draft law was redesigned, ensuring consistency from the principle and ties of reward to the specific regulation on reward standards, appointing timeliness of the form of reward following merits and achievement, ensuring the principle of rewarding wherever you get achievement and overcoming the reverse situation of accumulating achievements rewards.
The law has closely followed the realities of life, and it is more thorough and incentive than existing law. This amendment law is also very important to us. This law also includes a new provision, which is the rule on the use volunteer patch, which is we also strongly agree, but we also take care into account for the achievements. And close the reality at the establishment is the proposed to recognize the title of typical family, typical hamlet, village, hamlet, and neighborhood. And it is also a new thing. The problem is that in the future, we also need specific guidelines to consider the recognition of this title.
Deputies in the National Assembly state that the proposed law should be written with the goal of ensuring the link between emulation and reward. In reality, the major element that competition has not paid attention to its reward. Thus, it is critical to address this scenario. The delegate also state that the incentive concept of right person, right task must be supplemented by prioritizing rewards for the direct employees, small collective, and individuals and non-public actors. For many years, the reward has only focused on the political system, on the public system, to avoid the situation where, at the end of the year, there are administrative units that internally receive certificates of merit and merit certificates, which does not encourage individuals to actively and contribute to their work.
The delegation from the Ministry of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs, led by Mr. Lê Văn Thanh, Deputy Minister of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs, arrived in Tay Ninh province on October 28 to inspect the implementation policy to support employees and employers facing difficulty as a result of COVID-19 pandemic.
The increased the expenditure on rice subsidized scheme and other social security welfare initiative. The outcomes of the execution of tariff policy package in accordance with Government Resolution CDA, in which there are low-performing policy package such as assistance for employees to temporarily stop labor contract performance, take unpaid job hunting. Over 13,300 applications have been applied. 361 people have been paid to date, accounting for 3% of the total approved. The program of assisting workers in quitting their job is anticipated to assist more than 27,000 people, yet just 4 records have been applied. They then pay 4% for million Vietnam dong, a 1.01% commission. The policy to assist employees who terminate their labor contracts but are not eligible for unemployment benefit has yet to be submitted. Policy to assist business households attend 3.3% of the anticipated assistance need, paid to 75 homes, accounting for more than a quarter of the total number of households approved by the Bronze People Committee. Self-employed employees and other particular disabilities have a disproportionately large number of paid slots. More than 91,000 persons receive payment totaling more than 136 billion Vietnam dong, accounting for more than 93% of all dossiers certified by the Bronze People Committee. The missions of the Ministry of Labour, Invalids and Social Affairs analyzed the achievements in supporting workers and employers facing difficulties during the pandemic, and noted the issues that need to be addressed, implemented in the near future so that support policy achieve high results. We will continue to provide you with specific information in the next new program. According to the Goya District People Committee, as of October 27, the district had vaccination ruling 93% of the people aged 18 and up with the COVID-19 vaccine. As of October 27, the province had given more than 185,600 doses to the Goya district, and the district had administered more than 183,000 doses, accounting for 98.7% of the allocated vaccination, in which over 123,000 individuals have paid their first injection, accounting for 93% of the population aged 18 and over. Over 60,000 people have received the second doses, representing more than 45% of the population in the vaccination A category. The Goya District People Committee has continued to deploy vaccine at the district 13 injection location since October 28. Simultaneously, under the Department of Education and Training, as well as the People Committees of Communes and Town, to examine and produce a list of children aged 12 to 17 years old for vaccination, as soon as the province has a policy on child vaccination.
Tay Ninh cut the occupational accident insurance cost for 180,000 employees by ruling 60 billion Vietnam đồng on October 28, a part of Resolution 116 to assist workers suffering problems as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Reduced contribution to 774 workers' retirements and survivorship funds by ruling 1 billion Vietnam đồng.
Paying 361 out of the total projected support for 13,000 workers who have temporarily terminated their labor contract or taken unpaid leave with 1.3 billion Vietnam đồng, accounting for 3% of the total permitted. It's projected that around 157,000 people will receive assistance. It is scheduled to issue loans of 16 billion Vietnam đồng to pay salary to hard-working and pay raise to resume reduction to over 4,500 individuals. So far, 110 people loans application have been approved for a total of 1.1 billion Vietnam đồng, spending 136 billion Vietnam đồng to assist more than 91,000 freelancers and special employees, reaching 93%. It is projected to cut the payment to the Unemployment Insurance Fund in accordance with Resolution 116 for 1,900 units by 84 billion Vietnam đồng, and to offer monetary assistance to 65,000 employees in the amount of almost 150 billion Vietnam đồng. Mr. Yu Nhân Thắng, Vice Chairman of the Tay Ninh Provincial People Committee, stated that by November 10, the province would have entirely settled the payment of unemployment insurance payments for its workers. In the afternoon of October 27, the Tay Ninh City Veteran Association opened the Club of Veteran Exchangers who work in Tay Ninh City economy. The Tay Ninh City Club Veteran Exchanger Economic Association has 22 members, and the board of directors is directed by Mr. Nguyễn Tuấn Thanh, a member of the World One Veteran Association. In several locations, it's known that there are 7 small and medium firms, 3 cooperative groups, 7 firms, and 100 city business and production homes are and run by veterans and war veterans. In total, 22 people willingly joined this club.
The audience, in recent days, the number of cases detected positive for SARS-CoV-2 in Tân Biên area has increased, leading the number of positive cases in the whole province, making people quite worried.
In the past, the functional forces have checked and reminded individuals to maintain stringent distance standards in situations where crowds are expected to assemble, such as market. We will soon welcome the public to our recording in Tân Biên neighborhood market. Tân Biên district confirmed 40 SARS-CoV-2 positive patients on October 23rd, topping the province in the number of positive cases. Tay Ninh district maintained its list with 74 cases on October 24. The main market was slow in some parts in mid-September owing to positive cases of SARS-CoV-2. However, the losses were lifted by early October. Market goers and small dealers are actually aware of the disease prevention prior to the emergence of the epidemic risks. People also keep their distance when standing. For example, if one person purchases, the other must wait. Everyone is aware that they are afraid. When necessary, they go. Not necessarily, they do not go anywhere. The Market Management Board arranges continuous patrol from 6 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. in morning markets and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. in the afternoon markets to remind consumers to implement strict anti-COVID-19 epidemic and not congregate its masses that approach observe. Under rigorous separation cause some trouble to market visitors, everyone supports the regulation. Motorbikes are correctly parked. People enter carefully, and there are fewer people than normal. In general, everyone is terrified right now, both buyer and seller. That's why the tiny business sisters sit near to the interior, while the purchasers stand outside to ring in, and are not permitted to enter the inner area. In general, everyone must be careful and everyone must skip. The Market Management Board encourages individuals to use masks in addition to accommodating to keep safe distance in the market.
People entering the market are required to wear masks if they don't have it. I give them masks to wear. The local administration places a highly priority of safeguarding the safety of the district market so that the people's lives are not disrupted. The District People Committee is highly worried about the pandemic prevention and control strategy, and it routinely advises communes, towns, and branches to perform well to keep safe distance in the market, especially in Tay Ninh District Market, which has the highest number of the people visiting the market. And we keep safe distance in the market on a daily basis, not just today.
People in residential regions not near the market have been voluntarily employing time separation procedure while going to small retail stores near their houses. People are also paying careful attention to the information and expect the government to have a solution in place to handle the epidemic situation in the area.
That's all for TTV News today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.